I'm so blue. I'm so depressed. I'm so miserable. I don't like my life. I wish my life was different. Now, that's not me talking. That's about 50% of the world right now. People are unhappy in their job. They're unhappy in their relationships. They're unhappy with themselves. Have you noticed? So what's the solution to all of that? Why have we got so many unhappy people? Different question. We've got a lot of lazy people, undisciplined people, disorganized, messy, unhealthy. Is there a connection? So if you are not very healthy, your environment is disorganized and messy. If you're lazy, so you know what you should do, and I'll use my favourite word is discipline, which means do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. So if you're undisciplined, so you know what you should be doing, but you don't do it because you don't feel like it, how does that make you feel at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month? So what's the connection between being happy and being disciplined? And for me, it's the ultimate connection, because it's my favourite word, because I can't feel happy if I've been lazy. Now, of course, you don't have to live like me. But if you've set yourself a certain standard, if you've got a certain set of rules that you live by, if you've got a purpose to wake up every day and you don't live to that purpose, how are you going to feel at the end of the day? Now, the experts will tell you, they don't like to use the word happy, they like to use the word satisfied. What makes people satisfied with their life? The reason there's so many unhappy people, according to the experts, the reason you don't want to get out of bed is you don't have a reason to get out of bed. You don't have a purpose for getting up. And if that purpose is to go to a lousy, stinking, rotten job, to pay your lousy, stinking, rotten bills, and you're in a lousy, stinking, rotten relationship, what's the point? And that seems to be the point. A lot of people stay in bed, they take drugs, they drink, they gamble, they take pharmaceutical antidepressants because they have no point to get up. So I always go back a long, 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 long way. When you're a little kid and somebody said to you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What are you really good at? What are you excited by? What are you passionate about? Wouldn't it be nice if that was the focus for our whole life? And if it isn't the focus and you're doing some lousy, stinking, rotten job, is it easier to be lazy, undisciplined, unhealthy? Because you've got no purpose to go and do. If you're doing a career that you love, if you're doing a sport you're passionate about, if you're a dancer, if you're a singer, if you're a creator, an inventor, and you wake up every day loving your life, of course you want to be healthy, fit and strong because you want to have the energy to go do it. So is it possible then you've got a healthier brain, and those two work together, don't they? You're doing what you love, you want to be healthy, fit and strong, so you get healthier and fitter and stronger so you can keep doing what you love, so you've got a healthy brain. If you've got a healthy brain that makes better decisions, are you more likely to have a career or business that you love, do what you're excited about? It seems pretty common sense and logical, doesn't it? So if you're unfit and unhealthy and your brain's not working very well, and then your body's not working well, so your thyroid's screwed up, your metabolism, that is your metabolism. People say to me, oh, I've got a screwed up thyroid on medication. I always ask this question, is it possible that your thyroid got screwed up because you are not healthy, fit and strong? Rephrase, if you're healthy, fit and strong, will your entire hormonal system work well? From your head to every part of your body is controlled by your hormones. So if you want healthy hormones, get fit and strong. If you want to have a career or business that you love, you're going to need a healthy head, a creative head, an inventive head, a solution-finding head, a critical thinking head. That all comes from being healthy, fit and strong. If you've got a career or business that you love, you're more likely to be financially free, of course, because if you're doing something you love, you will keep getting better at it. See how excited I am. So, of course, you'll make more money. If you've got a healthy headspace, you'll do better things with that money. You're less likely to waste it. You'll make better decisions about your financial future and your wealth creation, your financial freedom. And then the last one that I always talk about, which is relationships. If you respect yourself, if you're healthy, fit and strong, so you've got a headspace that says strong self-esteem, strong self-confidence, why would you ever be in a crappy relationship with anybody, whether it's your partner or your family? You wouldn't have bad friends. You wouldn't put up with poor behaviour from your family. You'd never have a horrible partner because you have self-respect, because you've got a body and brain that's working effectively. So for me, it's a simple process, and I like to keep everything simple. It's the reason why I've still got blonde hair at a very old age. When you've got blonde hair, people think you don't know very much, so they teach you more, and I'm learning every single day. And what I'm learning every single day I focus on how to get healthier, fitter and stronger and help other people to do the same. How to have a career or business that you love and help other people to do the same because I have my whole entire life. How to be financially free and secure so that you don't have to be reliant on money. Money's not controlling your life, and how to have great people in your life. See, that's my purpose. That's why I'm so happy every day, because I've got this massive purpose. Because all of those things, according to the rest of the world, are really complicated. So my constant purpose is to make them simple and easy to understand. Because I'm healthy, fit and strong, I wake up with energy, enthusiasm, excitement for life. So whether I'm investing my day relaxing or investing my day working really hard, I love it because I'm healthy, fit and strong. Now, again, you don't have to live your life like me. But when I look at people who are lazy, who are undisciplined, and they share it with me, I don't have to even look. They tell me, Rowie, I'm a lazy person, or I don't have any discipline, or I can't be bothered, or I don't want to get out of bed in the morning, or I hate my job, or I'm broke, or I'm in a terrible relationship. I always go back, and I know because I've been doing this all my life, it's easy for me to do that. But it's just common sense, isn't it? Regardless of what's happening in your life, if you're in a lousy, stinking, rotten job, if you've got no money, if you're in a terrible relationship, what would happen if you got really fit and really strong? Now, to get really fit and really strong means you have to be disciplined. You have to do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And I'll use an interesting example. My gorgeous husband, now a 6th Dan in Taekwondo, so 6th degree black belt in Taekwondo, he's just achieved that. Doesn't that say something straight away? Discipline, respect, commitment, focus, and what I call the ultimate tool, which is that you do that every day. You can't be disciplined one day and not disciplined the next day. That's like being a little bit pregnant. You are a disciplined person. And just to say, I'm a 6th degree black belt in Taekwondo automatically says you have all of those things. There's another great quote that goes with that. How long does it take the average person to get their first black belt? It's never, because average people don't get a black belt. A lot of people start martial arts, but they never get a black belt because they're lazy, undisciplined, unfocused. So I'm always about solutions. How do you become that person? How do you become the person that wakes up every day happy with your life, healthy, fit and strong, doing the things that you love to do, financially free, and you've only got great people in your life? And surely that comes from making the commitment every single day. And it might only be something small. And I learned this a very long time ago, and I share this almost every day with people who say to me, I'm undisciplined. Pick 3, 5, 10 maybe, but just a small number of things that you can do every single day that would be embarrassing and disgusting if you didn't do them, and just continue to do them every day. So drink some water every day, eat a piece of fruit or a bit of vegetable every day, do 10 seconds of exercise every morning, clean your shoes, make your bed, tidy the fridge, little things that don't take much effort, but do them every day. So make sure that your house, your environment, your own personal body, pick something and do it every single day. Do it for 7 days. How do you feel at the end of the 7 days? So something that's not going to take very long, but you've made a commitment to it. Because commitment comes from habit, and habit comes from doing over and over and over. It's the regularity of the thing, not just doing the thing. People say to me, I'm going to exercise starting on Magical Day Monday. Well, most people don't say Magical Day Monday. But why would you start on Monday? You're already procrastinating. You're already putting yourself into a headspace of procrastination. A lot of people in November and December, they say, in January I'm going to start. You're already 2 months behind. If you start now, imagine where you'll be in January. Wouldn't it be awesome to wake up every day loving your life, and that doesn't fall out of the sky in a pretty blue box, pink box, orange box? You've got to make a commitment every day to something. And is it possible that the more commitment you make to something, the more commitment you'll make to something else, the more committed you'll become, the more disciplined you'll become, and if you are a disciplined person, are you more likely to be successful? So I'll ask that question again. Do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. We know what to do, don't we? We know when we should do it. We should never procrastinate till tomorrow, because then we get into the habit of being a procrastinator. So the only key here is do it when you don't feel like it. But isn't it awesome? And you know this, I'm sure you already do. Isn't it awesome that when you do something, you feel good? It's not feel good and then go do something. So even if you don't feel good, do it anyway, because if you've done it, you'll feel good. I don't feel like exercising. Yeah, most people don't. Most elite athletes don't feel like exercising, but how do they feel when they win a gold medal? How do they feel when they become a 6-degree black belt in Taekwondo? How do they feel when they achieve their first $1 billion? How do they achieve when they will win their first world championship, build their first home, put their first $1 million in the bank? When you do stuff, you feel good, not I'm going to feel good and then I'll go do some stuff. That to me is absolutely ridiculous and really silly. How about you? What do you think? Even if you don't feel like it, 10 seconds of sprinting, and that's the phosphate system, that's the 100% effort system, that's the system that gives you the best results. And when people say to me, I've got no time to exercise, I say, what, you haven't got 10 seconds? Let's do it together now. 10 seconds of sprinting on the spot, 10 seconds of squat jumps, 10 seconds of push-ups, 10 seconds of soft sand running, run up some stairs. In 10 seconds, you can change your headspace, and in 10 seconds, if you could put that into your day throughout the day, you become disciplined, you feel good. You feel good, you've become more disciplined. You become more disciplined, you feel good, and then you get to the end of the day, the week, the month, the end of your life, and you don't look back with regret. You are a powerful, passionate, positive person who's lived their life that way. Could that be the only way to live your life to the max? Don't be lazy, don't be undisciplined. Love your life and do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. Woohoo!